All right. So this is my review for Blades of the Guardians. This movie was awesome. This movie was awesome. But I would say this: if I had to say anything about this movie, like if I had to do anything like bad, not bad, or just I guess to say, just to kind of get that stuff out the way, maybe a tad bit too long. But I enjoyed the entire breadth of this work. This movie, the story first of all, the story was great, and then the action was phenomenal. And I'm gonna look up more work on this director, cause and also I heard that he did some work on the Matrix films, Matrix 1, 2, and 3, and he's done a lot of stuff. So he's been in the industry, but like this was amazing. Where do I start? I'll start with Jet Li. Okay. He's one of the reasons I want to go see this movie is because of Jet Li. I know he wasn't gonna be wasn't the main character or anything. He's only like in about maybe like 15, 20 minutes of this film, but what you get is the best. Some movies, when they have a big star like that, they spurse them throughout the whole entire film to make you feel like, oh, I know you came to see this person, spurse them out. But no, they said we're gonna give you like, they're basically gonna give you a nice shot of Jet Li. Like you got 15 minutes of like, and I didn't expect to see him fight. You get to see him doing some great action. Like this is like one of the best fights. I'm getting too excited. I'm trying to relax. This is like one of the best action sequences I've seen in like a long time. And I remember when I watched that scene with Jet Li, like if this is like his swan song, like I haven't seen, obviously he's not in a lot of movies right now because he's older and different things like that. But the point I'm trying to make is that this is the last time I've ever seen him in a theater, like in a theater. It's a perfect goodbye or a perfect like, just a perfect moment. Like if this movie's playing anywhere in your theaters and you're a Jet Li fan or you just like martial arts movies or anything like that, go check it out. Cause that scene was so good. And I remember after that scene happened, and it's a long fighting scene. It's great. It's like feels like 10 minutes. It's perfect. And and I like that Jet Li's character is not someone that's easy to be taken out. He plays an emperor who still knows how to do what he needs to do. And like, oh, it's so hard to explain this movie because it's let me just normally I wait a couple of days for my review, but I just have it on my mind. I just saw it and I just gotta get it out. All right. What I'm trying to say is this. After that action sequence, I said to myself, if there's no other action sequences that top this, it's okay because this is so amazing that even if there was no more action for the entire movie, it would be fine. Like my appetite was full. Like sometimes you go to action movie or you go to a movie for a particular reason. Say you go on a slasher and you want to see some good slashing, and then you get a good amount or you don't get the right amount of kills. Like in this movie, you get my appetite is full. Like perfect. Like the action, if you're going for the action, you're gonna get it. The story's pretty good as well, but every time the action hits, I think, is it possible that the next action sequence is gonna be better than this? And then they do it. They keep leveling up every time. And I'm like, I can't imagine it. And it's really because this movie, there's a good amount of practical and CGI, but the point is they know how to work they know how to work the environments into the action very well. Jackie Chan is one of the best people at that as well, like moving around his environment and stuff. But the point is they got people like almost say they got stuff going on with fire and oil, and then you got to figure out, okay, how you gonna fight in this environment. There's a scene where it feels like it's out of Mad Max, where it's like there's a sandstorm, and then you don't think they're gonna fight in it, but at some point there's a fight in the sandstorm, and it's like I could suspend my disbelief on that part of sand going to people's eyes. I know some people might be like, how are they fighting in a sandstorm? But it was amazing. It was amazing being able to see that in the theater, especially. And that was awesome because it's just like Mad Max, they got the cars, but in this they got horses, they got people with bow and arrows, and just like the sandstorms going on, they got tornadoes. Like there's a point in this movie where I'm like, wow, like they went for everything. And then oh man, the characters, I like the characters. Basically the crux of this film, or the premise is like this is really about bounty hunters, and one of the best bounty hunters, he's like one of the best fighters. Like he has a past just like everyone else. But the point is, he is really about money. So like he'll go to someone and say, okay, look, this is your bounty. If you pay me 3 times worth what this bounty is, I'll walk away. You know what I mean? Like that's how he is. And I like that about him because it's like you get to see where the money comes involved, but then you also get to see the points where he's like, you know what? Like, like he's not gonna let this person go. But the point is, I like the idea of bounty hunters because then when the bounty hunters meet other bounty hunters, it gets really interesting. Like there's a point in this film, without spoiling anything, where there's two characters who I really like together, and I'm like, don't fight because you guys need each other. Like there's gonna be bigger people than both of you coming, and the only way for you guys to stop these people is if you guys work together. But these bounty hunters sometimes they feel they're like, oh, I'm a bounty hunter, you're a bounty hunter, but then next, what happens if there's a bounty on the other bounty hunter's head? I know it seems kind of insane and like when I'm explaining it that way, but that's basically what happens at certain points of this film. Especially if a bounty hunter takes out someone who's deemed as like, respectable and people don't know what's going on in the situation and stuff like that. But I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And I would watch it again. I would watch it again for sure. Like I said, it's a little long, but it's not. I think it was fine. It was fine. It was fine. And it wasn't subtitles. It was fine. I'm used to that. Like, it was great. It was great. Go see it if you can. But one thing I would say is like my pops, he raised me on like, I remember in New York, he used to get the bootleg Kung Fu flicks from the corner store. And we used to watch those. So I already have an affinity and a love for martial arts films. So I'm already going to be like, more biased. Yeah, I'm really gonna walk into it hoping I love it. But I would say this held my attention and the story was good. The characters are all interesting and they had their different ways about them. And when they want you to feel the weight of a fight, they let you feel the weight of the fight. Like I remember, for example, Demon Slayer. I went to see the movie Demon Slayer, the Demon Slayer movie, Infinity Castle. I never really watched Demon Slayer at all. But the point is, in that movie, it's easy to jump in because they give you a little bit of backstory about the villain and then the fight starts. And that's why I really like the Demon Slayer movie. I bring that up because in this movie, they don't do that to every villain, but the point is, sometimes when a big fight and they know there's about to be a super big spectacle of a lot of fighting going on, they give you something to root for. They show you something happen like, okay, all right, this is why they're fighting a little harder. And this is why you see them being more ferocious in this part of the film, and it works. It works. Like John Wick, like the puppy has to go because then you have to see him take out these people in 1,000 different ways, and it's warranted. You know what I mean? Something has to happen for you to feel like, oh yeah, do it, take him out. So I just love this movie. My cheeks are hurting because I'm smiling so much. I'm trying to keep them down, but this movie was so good. And one thing I will say is this, the choreography, I already said choreography, everything is so good, so magnificent. And it just pissed me off sometimes because when I watch the movie and this fighting is so good, I'm thinking about the new Mortal Kombat 2 that's going to come out at some point. And I haven't watched any trailers for the new Mortal Kombat, but the point is I know the fighting is not going to be as good as that. And it's just like, when I watch these movies, when I experience a movie like this with action that like takes back any action film I've ever seen. I've seen The Raid, I've seen a lot of movies, and The Raid is good. There's a lot of movies that are really good. But the action in this movie, like honestly, like, yeah, The Raid is probably more gory at certain points. This movie gets gory at certain points as well too. But I'm not really gonna compare it to The Raid like that. All I'm gonna say is like the action in this is definitely comparable to The Raid. Like if you want to watch it and be like, whatever, like this definitely has more action than The Raid, that's for sure. But it doesn't have as much gore. The Raid has much gore. All I'm trying to say is the action is that good that it makes me even think about a movie like The Raid. Like there's a point, I don't want to spoil anything. All I'm gonna say is when you see someone's arm getting pulled like this and they punch it up and the bone pops out and they break their arm, it does something to you in the theater. It does something in your insides. It's like butterflies. You feel happy. You're like, oh my God, it's amazing. It's like Mortal Kombat. Or you say, oh no, why are you doing that? But I was like, this is insane. The action is great. And then I don't want to spoil anything else, but let me just say something. I gotta say something here. You know what? I'll just say this. Because you know what? You won't even know when it happens. So this is what I will say if you got to this point in the review. If you see, if you're watching a movie and someone puts an axe in someone's neck and then they kick them so hard that their head falls off their body, you're going to be in a movie theater and you're going to go, wow, that was actually insane. Like, some of the action here is so insane. Sometimes, and when it wants to be gruesome, it is gruesome. When it wants to be gory, it is gory. When it wants to make you actually, like, have a death that makes you kind of understand why that villain died that way, you know, they make sure they do that. When they want to humanize the characters, they do. Like, all these characters' decisions, you understand them. And then one thing I do want to say that I did really like about the ending, there was a bit of a surprise. And it was a surprise for me. If you weren't surprised, then I don't know. But I was surprised because, and I like that they showed the part that they cut in the end credits is what I'll show to hide the surprise. If you know, if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. And when they do that, I thought it was great because it was a great little reveal at the end. Because I was watching it, I'm like, is this gonna be one of those movies where it's like our favorite hero we've been watching, he gets taken out by all these people in a valiant way? And I'm not gonna say if that happens. All I'm gonna say is that some characters you're like, well, we get taken out, but maybe some don't. And the people who you want to work together, maybe they do, maybe they don't. All I'm gonna say is I like the bounty hunters. I like the idea of these bounty hunters having to work together and then choosing to work together at certain points in the film, and it makes sense. The way it ends, it could seem like there may be part two. If they do make another movie in this world, I will definitely go see it. And part of this movie made me really think about if anyone has played the game Dynasty Warriors. I believe Netflix has a Dynasty Warriors movie they made, which I did watch because I love Dynasty Warriors, and it was all right. It was all right, but I would like if this director made a Dynasty Warriors movie, and it would probably be super amazing, super fantastical, and so amazing. But when you see a movie that's made like this and it's like on a big scale, like the practical was so good. When they shot in the mountains and stuff, it really felt like these places really exist. I know that they really have CGI and stuff like that, but the point I'm trying to make is it felt like, I don't know what the budget is, but the budget felt big. The budget felt like they used the money wisely. And the action, every single action sequence, like I'm thinking about it, every action sequence was so incredible with the different type of weapons, the different type of skills these people have. It just kept giving, rewarding you while you're watching the movie. So I highly recommend checking it out if you can. I don't want to make this too long, but I'm hyped. It's Dejo, know the name, spread love and light. And let's sign off with a, I don't know, sign off with a punch.